Alright, guys. Welcome back to another episode of What Am I Sniffing Today? Or my smell and tell, as I saw some other reviewer put it. Anyway. Oh, it's only coming up slowly. Just kidding. Fahrenheit Aqua, I just got this bottle. It was a blind buy. I looked at the notes. I love my Armoff Was Luxura. And I was like, if this is a Fahrenheit summer clone and Aqua's anything like this, it's going to be a favorite of mine. And so, blind bought it. And what sold me was, apparently it's basically like you got your violet leaf, like orangey violet leaf combo, adjacent to a spearmint basil combo. And I was like, spearmint basil, that sounds fresh as goddamn fresh. And anyway, man, how do I build this up? I don't even know how to build this up. Alright, who here knows a little bit about a little juice called Live Jazz? Live Jazz. YSL Live Jazz. Yves Saint Laurent Live Jazz. This juice, I kept the bottle. I don't know why, but man, I might have enough for like a fucking little smidgen. Or not at all. There's no freaking way. This shit was $150 at the mall yesterday, or like a couple days ago. Went to the freaking fragrance store at the mall. They had a bottle of Live Jazz, and I was like curious, and I was like, "Hey, homeboy, what does that cost?" And they don't even like all these fragrance huts. They just look on Amazon for like pricing. He said $150, and I was like, I got that thing for $20 in 2009, and he was like, yeah, but it's discontinued, very rare. And I was like, okay. Anyway, thanks for telling me the price. He's like, well, it's on Amazon for $120. I have to make some money, some profit on it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not really interested in buying it. I don't think it's worth $150, but man, this juice, I had probably, at the time I probably had like 30 bottles. And I went through this faster than any other juice. And this has grapefruit on top with rhubarb, which is like a celery. Anyway, had grapefruit on top with a base of, I think, vanilla and vetiver. And it was very minty up top. So it was like spearmint, grapefruit, herbaceous with a base of vanilla, vetiver, and I think ambergris. I'm just going from memory because I don't really want to look up the notes. But this, I went through an entire bottle. I wore it for forever. Okay? And then, the other day, when I got this, I was shocked. I was shocked because on the first sniff of this, I just got the opening of Live Jazz, and I was like, oh my god. To me, this literally, like, my memory shoots back to Live Jazz. This is like, if you mixed regular Fahrenheit with Live Jazz, that's what this is. And it's weird because the Fahrenheit DNA in this is like adjacent to the freaking spearmint grapefruit basil combo. This, I don't know if it has basil. I think this had rhubarb and coriander or something. But again, you know, they don't list every single note. But this might not have had the basil, and it definitely didn't have the violet leaf. No violet leaf. So this smells like Live Jazz. Live Jazz is a little bit hollower. It's a hollower, more dry scent, I think. Even more crisp, I think, than this. Although this is very crisp, but like, it's like if Live Jazz got a little bit of smoothness and not creaminess, but like, I guess leather. Just call it leather, like a soft leather running through Live Jazz from the leather and the violet. It literally just reminds me of like Live Jazz with like the glimpse of Fahrenheit DNA poking through there with that violet note, but like it's just so fresh and summery and great. The spearmint basil, fuck. This is my type of juice. Like, there's nothing sweet about it. It's not sweet at all. It's very green. I definitely get the whole fire ice thing that they talk about, because you do get that. The Fahrenheit is just like in the background for like the first 2 hours. It's just in the background waiting to come out. But for 2 solid hours, that I'm getting that Live Jazz freshness, that spearmint grapefruit top. I guess it's a little smoother. It's less herbaceous. There's like less. It doesn't have the heart of Live Jazz, because the Live Jazz heart, I remember kind of being more prickly, whereas this one's just smooth, like just smooth. You just get like green, aqueous, violet leaf. But man, instantaneously in love with this stuff. Like, this is summer written all over it. Like, oh god, this is so good. Spring and summer. I don't know, it's actually, in some ways it feels plainer than my Bois Luxura. The Armaf Bois Luxura has something else going on, like a thicker base, I think. It's not as refined. This is like a step above in class, as far as Bois Luxura seemed a little more bombastic, explosive. Even though they both kind of tread the same territory. Something about Bois Luxura smells kind of metallic and like metallic in a different way, and green in a different way. But then again, that's a supposedly a Fahrenheit summer clone, so yeah, definitely getting the basil. That's like clear, and the violet's pretty clear, and the grapefruit is pretty clear, and the spearmint is pretty clear. I don't really pick up on the vetiver until way later, and it's a really soft vetiver. Maybe it's lacking the iris. I don't know. I'm not gonna attest to that or testify to that, but God, I was so sad when this like stopped being $20 a bottle and started becoming whatever it is now, 120, 150 YSL Live Jazz. So this stuff was somewhat legendary in 2009. It's very. I had this in regular jazz, but I liked this a lot more than regular jazz. Was kind of like a really weird, honey, old man kind of scent. Very like syrupy honey. This is very crisp, almost like hollow. And I think I vaguely remember this having some sort of like sweetness. I don't know if it's the ambergris. I wish I could spray some. I just can't. Like, but this has almost no sweetness. Like, it's just very dry and crisp. but I love it. And that it's funny because the part of Fahrenheit that's fiery, that kind of like that fuel like note, and that just like sharpness, that red tonality, is blending with the green aspect of this. It's very green. This is just strictly green. This has like that piercing orange red tone of the bottle like peeking through it, but like it just reminds me of Live Jazz so much. It's like I wish I could compare them. I wish this bottle would spray something. Ugh. To no avail. Live Jazz. Anyway. So, I've only worn this a few days. But I'm going to come out right out and say this is an easier wear. It's smoother. It's just as fresh. It's less herbal. It's more smooth. So, but they remind me very much of each other. They're just very. This is very minty in the opening, and it's pretty minty throughout. So yeah, just grapefruit mint is just like so potent in here. I could just feel it throughout, and then it just gets that grapefruit and that orange character. It's just so bright. It's a very bright scent. It was brighter than I thought it would be. I was expecting this to be more like Fahrenheit, but it's actually like, it's almost like, to my nose, it's almost like Fahrenheit is, the original Fahrenheit DNA is like 30% with like YSL, just like Live Jazz, mostly just like a strong spearmint basil. And yeah, I mean, I guess it could be that vetiver. That vetiver's what keeps it dry and zesty, along with the grapefruit and the basil and stuff. So maybe I do smell the vetiver. It just doesn't remind me of other vetiver I smell. This is very like just a lot brighter. So I think that's that. There's all, the Haitian vetiver is usually the smoother vetiver that you read in fragrance notes. There's like bourbon, and there's just like whatever, and then there's the Haitian. I don't know what that would be, but like it's a very smooth vetiver, and it's very toned down. So, and in the leather aspect, I honestly don't get very much leather. Like, I don't get very much leather with this. But also, my house is like in like 50-degree weather, 60-degree weather. It's been raining a lot. Like today it's been sub 50-degree weather, so like maybe I'll get more leather and spices in the summer. But right now I'm not getting very much spice or leather. But regardless, like, this stuff is awesome. And one thing I did notice is at the end of your wearing, you smell your shirt, you do get the vetiver. So if that's what it is, that's what it is. Like, it's like it leaves your shirt very grassy, clean, sharp, grassy smelling. But man, I just can't believe how long they get the grapefruit. At least that's what I think it is. I don't get how they just get that grapefruit to last and last and last. Especially on clothes, man. The grapefruit just lasts forever on cotton. So, I highly recommend this juice. It's very dry. It's not sweet. It's very inoffensive. I don't think it won't garner very many compliments, but like, this just smells clean. Like, not soapy clean, just very crisp and dry and bright and grapefruit zesty. This is just zest monster. Aqua Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, it is pretty strong. You could wear 4 sprays of this, and man, it'll last a long time. But knowing me, I usually rock like 6 sprays of like almost everything, so 6 sprays is my go-to. I honestly don't want to sacrifice a spray for the camera. Like, I wasn't ready to make this review. I just got inspired all of a sudden to make a review because I already sprayed it on like 20-30 minutes ago. Basil, peppermint, or spearmint, I guess. I think I read it was spearmint. So basil, spearmint, grapefruit, man. Just so smooth. Anyway, YSL Live Jazz is good, but this is better. From my memory, anyway. But then again, this was never $20 a bottle. This was $20 a bottle, and that was the best freaking thing ever. Anyway, this lasts longer too, so I might have to get backup bottles. I hope they do. I hope they don't discontinue this, and I hope they don't reformulate this. And yeah, this is a knock out of the park. Do I like it more than original Fahrenheit? They do completely different things, so they're both great, both amazing, both. I already think this is a masterpiece, so both masterpieces. This does not, in no way. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This does not replace Fahrenheit. This is not like a replacement. This is a lot brighter, a lot sharper. So, if you want Fahrenheit, you gotta just get regular old Fahrenheit. This is spearmint. This is like mint and basil accentuated in the heart of Fahrenheit. So yeah, a great scent. Best. This is gonna be one of my top. Man, this might be my top 5 this summer, I think. So, anyway, some people are yelling at me, so I'll let you guys go.